And the answer is rabbit. Ta-da! Figured that was a good animal to use for a magic trick, to have it come out of the hat. So how did that work? There wasn't anything tricky about the code itself. It really is literally doing what I said, which is taking the weights that you give it, multiplying them by the feature values for each of the animals, computing a score, and then sorting. So here's what happened when I gave it the values that I just had in the code here. And you see that just like the numbers that you used, with the numbers that I used, rabbit ended up in this fourth position, this position that's labeled number 3. But you can change these values. You get a different ordering for everything, but you always get rabbit coming out in that position. And so that's the little bit of trickiness, right? I had to set things up so that rabbit would always come out in exactly this position. The other ones can change values, but rabbit can't. And the way that I did this is by making sure that in all of these lists, in all these different feature values, the rabbit was always the 4th highest, and it was always higher than mouse, frog, and sparrow, and always smaller than dog, shark, lion, horse, human, hippopotamus, and elephant. They can have different orderings relative to each other, but they always have to have the same ordering relative to rabbit. And so once we've actually combined all these weights together, what we'll find is that whatever the weight is, the total score is going to be for rabbit. For example, horse has to be bigger because it's bigger on every single one of the dimensions. So when we take this non-negative weighted combination, it's going to keep that property as it is. And that's the magic trick. There's one other thing I could have done, but I didn't do, which is to have 2 different animals who always have exactly opposite values on some feature, so that no matter what combination I use, they're either, let's say, frog and shark, that either frog is below and shark is above, or shark is above and frog is below. But I wanted to stay as close as possible to the actual values that I was able to find on the internet. As you might imagine, these aren't actually the values that I found. I found values, and then I tweaked them to make sure that the property held.